Hi everybody, this is January the 5th and it is 2021, Tuesday, January the 5th. And today is day 7 on our COVID quarantine. I have a little extra guest.
Oh, look at that.
Zoe.
She's so sleepy.
Her name is Zoe.
1.
No, I mean it's Zoe. She just used to us saying Zoe.
Mostly
no.
just no.
Yeah, mostly just no.
Okay,
There's always stop.
Or other dog. We have so many dogs. We just renamed them. This dog, that dog, and the
And the
other
other
dog.
dog.
and Carl. And Carl.
Because we get tired of trying to find their names anyway.
So, anyways, Zoe's just joining us because I want to hold her. But, she turned 1. She just turned 1. November 11th. And she's so sweet. So, Dad, what has been some of your symptoms?
I haven't had any symptoms today. As a matter of fact, I got a text from the health department asking me to report my temperature, and it was...
It was awkward because he videoed it and he used a rectal thermometer.
I like to have a record of things.
That's kind of disgusting.
We'll post it later. But it was 97.2, which, so I'm actually negative temperature-wise, 98.6.
Mom, what have been some of your symptoms?
I haven't had any symptoms today. It was the same thing. We received a text from the health department this morning saying, hey, we need you to text us your temperature and check in. And
So I gave her my rectal thermometer.
I thought it tastes weird. And so, and
I'm telling Pastor Kevin on you.
we're on North Side Shirt. So anyway,
Lord,
we
This is why we separate them most of the time.
the text asked us, do you feel like your symptoms are getting better or worse or staying the same? So that was a great way to streamline our check-in with the health department every day just through text. And I called my caseworker and asked her if, number one, do I have to sign the paperwork that they sent us? Because several people had said that they haven't even heard from the health department, much less received any paperwork to sign. And she basically said, I don't know, nor do I care what other people are doing. I'm overwhelmed. I just started in September.
Working 12 hours
I'm working
a day.
12 hours a day, and you just need to do what I told you to do, and your kid's not going to be able to go back to school unless you sign the paperwork. So, long story short...
Why'd you sign it then?
Right? We're homeschooling forever now. So, long story short, we're going to sign the paperwork.
No, I don't want
And
that.
I really wish that it was just easier to get answers. Because I had to call after sending her an email at 9 o'clock this morning because then she said, well, I don't check that email account. And, but anyway, and I know that, and she said people have me calling their girlfriend or their husband or their wives because they haven't heard from the health department yet. And they're waiting on, the paperwork to go back to work. And so that is really difficult for me because, and I know people like that are saying, hey, how did you get your paperwork? Are you getting your release and things like that? No one's contacted me from the health department yet. And that's just really a struggle for me because when people need that paperwork, my boss is very understanding, I hope. And
Well, that's him.
And so I really feel like that's a hardship for families right now is when they're off from work quarantine and they're waiting on that paperwork from the health department and it's not happening. And they're calling and she said they're calling and saying, hey, I need this, I need this, I need this, and I can't go back to work yet. And we know people, Michael and I were talking to a friend of ours yesterday who's struggling because his time's going to run out and he hasn't heard from the health department. So anyway, my heart goes out to those people. You don't know how blessed you are in your situation until you realize that people that you could easily be where they're at and thankful that you're not, and just your heart just aches for them. So anyway, Briley's symptoms, she hasn't had any symptoms today.
No.
We've all had a really good day. She did
I
her.
think Zoe doesn't want
Zoe's
me.
very sleepy.
Zoe doesn't want me to go to
Zoe's
school.
looking at
Zoe doesn't want me to go to school because every day when I come home from school, she acts like I haven't seen her in like 1,000 years.
Yeah. Zoe misses her mama when her mama's at school or something. But Riley did her NTI training today and or schooling, and Hardin County Schools is rocking it, doing an awesome job, and the stand-in teacher here at home is awesome.
That's her Butch do.
Yeah, that's her.
It's her little.
That's like Dad in the morning.
Usually when her hair's wet, I can give her a mohawk.
So anyway, just we appreciate your continued prayers, and just pray for the workers at the health department that are overwhelmed. Just pray that they will be able to get the answers that people need, and that people that need that note to get back to work and to do the things you're supposed to do, and that they'll just have patience with all of us, because I know that she wasn't really patient just because I had questions today about things.
And please pray for other people that have COVID, or we know of other people that have other illnesses as well that are very, very sick. And we feel very, very fortunate and very blessed to have very mild symptoms. We joke and we go outside and we play and
Play with the puppies.
Play with the puppies and do outside work, or we work on the inside, and we've been working at home on regular work stuff too. But there's a lot of people that aren't able to do that, and we know that this is a very, very serious disease, illness, and that we're just fortunate that this is the way that we got it. We don't know if it's just the strain that we got, or if we have some higher immunities or something, because we've been taking zinc and vitamin C and vitamin D3 basically ever since this
Since
thing
last
was
March.
Yeah, since it was announced that they've discovered that you should take those things. So maybe that's part of it. We don't know. I don't think any of us know, but we're just thankful that it wasn't any worse. But our hearts go out to people that we know that are suffering, or that are just simply having a harder time than we are. We don't want to make light of that by any means. But at the same time, we also don't want people to run around being scared and afraid of this. I mean, we need to be concerned about it, but you can't live your life in fear. You got to get outside of the box. You got to do what you're told to do, and wear your mask and all those kind of things.
You should work for the health department.
We do, and we have. But, just don't let it rule your life.
If you have COVID, it is not your fault. So if you have COVID, it is not your fault.
We have no idea where we got it, and we don't really care. We don't know.
Yes, and we wash hands, and our church sanitized.
Oh, we're supposed to wash hands?
Yeah, every 6 feet. We stay away from each other. We wore a mask, and it was just really a matter of time. So if you have COVID or have had COVID, it is not your fault. And if just everybody in your house got contaminated, it's not your fault. You can't help it. If we could control this virus, none of us would have it. So it's being drilled into us that it's our.
You just got to do what you can do.
I think our state
and that's
is kind of
all
drilling
you
into
can
us.
do.
It's our fault. It's not your fault. So you can't control this.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's it for our 7th day of quarantine, January 5th, and I guess we'll see everybody tomorrow.
In the next video, can we get better lighting? I look very pale.
Yeah, you are very pale. Bye.
Ow.